Oh, it took me way too fucking long to get this all set up, and it's still not even perfect. Shout out to Dr. Contra. Appreciate you, Doc, for getting me these lights, but now this light is messing up my exposure. Like, being black is hard because you just absorb light, and as you're absorbing the light, it's not reflecting off of you. Let's go with the podcast. Hey guys. There's some chorus falling down. Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to the Identity Booth. My name is Heero. As always, I'm here for you. And I'm here especially right now because I don't have anything else to do. I'm on winter break, so this video might get out to y'all somewhere in February, January, late January probably. But I just said, let me record something, and really the reason why I'm recording this is because Dr. Contra, who got us these lovely lights for work-related issues, but I need to practice using the lights because I don't never use lights on a set. Like, I'm thoroughly confused by this. But I'd like to send a mega shout out to our sponsor for this podcast. We have some lovely products. It's Poppin' Popcorn by Elijah. This sale is still going on. The contest is still going on. You can still get your free bag of popcorns. All the rules and all the descriptions and stuff will be in the description below. We'll get back to that towards the middle and end of this podcast. But I wanted to take a quick minute to kind of talk about some of this outrage that's been going on about this dude that got his hair cut. And I did a deep dive into the story, but I just wanted to pull it back and talk about, a lot of people saw this story and hit me up and was like, damn, Heero, you used to wrestle, you used to be an all-state champion, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. How do you feel about this story? And a lot of people just don't know that story about how I became a wrestler. And I gotta go way back on the way back machine. This is 2004? Probably 3. And for all of y'all that don't know, some of y'all might know this. My good friends will know this. I am horrible at basketball. And there's a legend that I once tried out for Tim Bankston's basketball team. Tim Bankston is considered to be one of the most thorough and heartless individuals when it comes to running gassers for basketball. He's a great coach, great mentor. He's a great man. He's been in the TF North family since I've been in that family, and he's always been a mentor and a light and a guiding soul. Great guy. I tried out for his basketball team my freshman year. And this was the thing, like basketball or football, if you weren't playing one of those two sports, you weren't getting no play from none of the girls at school. So it was a thing for me to go out there and perform. And I had never heard of football because at this time I'm fresh off the boat, you feel me? So I was just coming to the country. I didn't know anything about football, but I did know about basketball. This was a sport that I played at my school in Nigeria, and I was garbage at it over there too. Turns out it wasn't like a hemisphere thing. No, I was garbage at basketball, period. So I went out, tried out, and I made it to the final cut. It was between me, a guy named A. Brown, and another dude. And I was cut from the basketball team because, and this is official, I didn't know how to lay up with my left. And this is still true. Man, I cannot lay up a basketball with my left hand, and that was why I was cut from the basketball team. And this hit me like a ton of bricks. This was the first time I had ever been cut from a sports team. This is the first time I had ever been cut from a team in general. And I went down to the basement to sulk. I was hurt. My ego was hurt, so I went down to the basement to sulk. And as I was down there, I was hearing the sounds of people getting their ass whooped. Like, this dude was grunting, like, people getting slammed and shit. I was like, God damn, what's going on? So I ran down there. I want to be a hero. I got my ass whooped. Doesn't mean someone else has to. I ran down there and the door was locked. So I started banging on the door, trying to open it. Hey, let me in. And I now know him as Mr. Kawa. I now know him as Coach Kawa. But he came to the door and said, hey, man, what's going on? We're practicing down here. You're interrupting. I was just like, practicing? Practicing what? He said this to me. And it's stuck with me ever since then. We're practicing what the men are doing when the boys are playing basketball. And he slammed the door in my face. And to my mind, I was like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, should I call an adult? Does people need help? And I came back the next day and the day after, and I was just watching, just looking around. And finally, Coach Rogers showed up one day. He was like, who's this guy that's just sitting here? He's like, oh, I'm trying to recruit him. He's just been here watching. And I think Coach Rogers was dealing with another heavyweight. But Coach Rogers is a great coach, just along with being a great coach. So is Coach Kawa. And he was like, man, he looks soft. And I heard that. I was like, I'm not soft. He said, well, come on the mat. And that was the many of first times that I lost against Coach Rogers and Coach Kawa. But fast forward 3-4 years, they're begging me for mercy on the mat these days because, I just became a beast. And I ended up winning a lot. I ended up winning too goddamn much, to be honest. And I went on to have a very successful career. And whether you want to believe it or not, if it wasn't for Coach Bankston cutting me from the basketball team, I would never have become a football player. Because from the wrestling, Coach Rogers was also the defensive offensive line coordinator. And he said Hero's going to try out sophomore year. And it's all downhill from there. So for all you people out there that have ever failed at anything, I want you to hear this story and know that your failures are just another way for you to succeed at something else. There's no such thing as failures, just another opportunity to learn. And that is my quick little little story for you guys out there that you needed to know about me. That it puts a little perspective to who I am as a person and why I am the way that I am today. I don't believe that failures should be a representation of what you are. It should be a building block of what you can become. But for all that good stuff, I didn't really have nothing else to say to y'all. Hope your holiday's going well. Hope your new year started off well. Leave me a comment. Say something sexy. I miss you guys. I really do miss this editing thing. It's one hell of a relief. And we gonna get Eric sends his regards. We're gonna find a way to get each other linked up. We've been saying that for so long. I know y'all tired of hearing that shit. But it's been a pleasure. Appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for joining me in the Identity Booth. A little short jab at best about, what's going on in today's world and politics. We'll talk some more about that. But in the meantime and in between time, y'all take care of yourselves, okay? I love y'all. Somebody trying to call me while I'm recording. Disrespectful. These lights are hot. I need to turn on the fan. Because I'm sweating. Why did I wear black? So damn hot.